Yo, what's up everybody? So I'm here in my studio space, and over the past couple weeks I've made some pretty cool gear upgrades, and so I thought I'd make a video to kind of show you guys what I've got and how I'm running it. Pretty stoked, so let's check it out. So a little side note, before I got any of this nice equipment here, I was actually running everything on a cracked version of Logic. It was extremely outdated, and when I mean cracked, I'm talking about like I didn't pay for the software, so I couldn't update it. I was using stocked plugins, and also I was running everything into this 4-channel interface. This is the Scarlett 18i8, which is not a bad interface. Really recommend it if you want to use 4 channels. But I was manipulating it into an 8-channel interface by using the line inputs on the back, which is just really inefficient because it's like, why not just buy a 8-channel interface? But we know we made it work for so long, but it was time to make a change once I kind of realized I was doing a little more professional work. It was starting to catch up with me. So we upgraded to this. So starting with the whole brains of the operation, this is by far the biggest upgrade all right here. So let's talk about what we got going on. So on the top here, we have the Scarlett Claret 8 Pre. This is my main interface that I'm running all of my close mics into, and it's also the same interface that is being ran into my computer to record into Logic. And then from there, racked in on the bottom, we have the Scarlett Octapre, and simply what this is doing is this is just preamp expansion. So how that works is I'm running an ADAT cable on the input of the Claret, and that ADAT cable is running to the output. They sync together, and then from there, I have 16 channels to work with. This is perfect if you're wanting to record a full band, or if you're like me and you're running all your close mics here and you want to run kick out, room mics, like whatever, you can add more microphones. So that expansion is something really great if you just want to have more microphones or you want more to work with. And lastly, everything is being ran through a Furman power conditioner. If you're running expensive equipment that you don't want to get damaged due to poor power or power surge, highly recommend running everything into a power conditioner. It's just going to ensure that you're getting clean, safe power to your equipment and you won't, damage it in the future. So yeah, really recommend these. This is a Furman power conditioner. Moving on from the brain of the gear, we're looking at the last few pieces of the physical gear that I got from my drums. We ended up going with the Sennheiser E604s for the rack and the floor. Great mics. And then we went with a plain and simple AKG pencil condenser microphone for the hi-hat. And as far as the rest of the mics go, I've had them for a while. We have a 57 on snare top, 57 on snare bottom, 57 on side snare, Audix D6 and the kick-in, great mic, and Samson condenser microphones for the overheads. All these are great, affordable, awesome microphones. Highly recommend them. So lastly, in addition to getting all the physical gear, I actually made some digital upgrades as well. So that means, yes, I did buy Logic, and also I decided to finally invest in digital plugins to basically make my workflow easier and better, both pre and post-production. So let's take a look at that stuff. Okay guys, so here we are in a recent Logic session of mine. I want to go ahead and talk about the plugins that I got and that I purchased. So yeah, let's check them out. So for plugins, I went with Slate Digital plugins as well as getting plugins from Plugin Alliance. And with Slate, I ended up going with the All Access Pass, and what that did for me is it granted me access to literally every single one of their plugins that they have, including preamps, compressors, synthesizers, guitar amps, guitar pedals, everything you could possibly imagine. It's literally all right here for me to use at the tip of my fingers. So yeah, if you haven't checked this out, check out the All Access Pass from Slate Digital. So Slate Digital has tons and tons and tons of plugins for me to choose from, but I'm going to show you guys kind of some of the plugins that I use on a daily basis when it comes to mixing drums. So let's check those out. So starting with the first plugin, this is the Infinity EQ by Slate. This is a must-have for me when it comes to EQing anything that I'm mixing. So moving on to the second plugin from Slate, and by far one of my favorite ones, this is the Virtual Mix Rack. As you can see, I have tons of options to choose from when it comes to mixing and EQing and compressing my stuff. Here's some of my favorites right here, so check them out. Moving on to the third plugin that is a must-have for me, this is a Steven Slate Trigger 2 plugin. If you're looking to do any sample replacement or sample doubling with your drums, this is a must-have for you and is super, super awesome. Now moving on to the next Slate plugin, this is a Verb Suite Classics. This is an awesome digital reverb collection. And now moving on to another Slate Digital plugin that I use on occasion, depending on what I need to use it for. This is the Slate Digital Virtual Tape Machine. This is awesome if you're looking to add some of that classic, warm, vintage sound, or if you're just looking to add a little more low end to your stuff. This is a really cool plugin. And last but not least, this is the Slate Digital FGX. This is an awesome mastering plugin. So if you're looking to finalize and put the cherry on top of your mix, this is an awesome plugin to use. Now moving on over from Slate Digital and heading over to Plugin Alliance, I got one plugin from them, but if you guys know what this is definitely the secret sauce for any mix, and this is the SPL Transient Designer Plus. So that's pretty much everything, guys, that I kind of use on a daily basis when it comes to recording drums. I gotta say, depending on what mix it is or what style it is, whether it's rock or metal, fusion, jazz, it really depends on what I use with the plugins. But that's pretty much what I use on a daily basis, starting from the mix rack to so on and so forth. That's kind of what works for me and what gets the best sound for me. So thanks for checking that out, guys, and that's the plugins. So that's pretty much everything for the whole upgrade that I've made here in the past couple weeks. It's been a long time coming, but I'm excited to continue doing sessions with all this new gear and making videos for you guys to watch and enjoy. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to reach out to me. But in the meantime, take care and peace.